Welcome to my world. Good morning, and I've been absent because some of you may know my mother lives with me and we've had some health issues, so that's why I have not been able to create and edit videos recently, period. Oops, there I go, acting like I'm dictating. That's funny. Alright, so I have the apple mold here, and I have some resin that I've had on my shelf. It's magic resin, and it's not the normal magic resin. I'll have to share that at the end. But it's been opened, and shelf life, the hardener will actually start turning yellow, which is not a problem as long as you're using some type of color in it. So here we're going to be using I call it my vampire red. But I also got in some awesome new micas. I ordered them from Amazon, and I'll put it at the end. And we're going to be using a couple of those in this as well. Right now I'm just going to randomly place some gold foil in those little containers that you get sometimes. I'm going to go through about 3 or 4 of them. And that was my husband. He was talking to me, thought I was downstairs, and I was up here editing a video. But anyhow, what you're going to see me do is I'm going to go through some of those little things at the gold foil. I'm just going to place it randomly on these apple and in the lid. And that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward until we get to the next step. So here we are, we've got just a little bit of foil on those pieces, and we're going to add a little bit of mica around the foil. And this one on the right is from Temu, and this one on the left, and then that white one is from Amazon. I will link those, but you should get a better view here. I believe I recorded a better view of the labels. But we're going to add some mica around just to kind of enhance the foil. Now in the end, there's just a hint, but it's there of what we're doing. Alright guys, let's watch. So here we are. We're going to go ahead and add like 3 or 4 good little helpings of this mica to this cup, and we're going to add some of my favorite, and I call it vampire blood, but that's not the name of it, red. But I wanted that mica to tone it down and give it a shimmer. I just got a new bottle of the red in, so I'm going to show you that new bottle first, and then we're going to be using the old bottle. Let's just get ourselves ready here. I got to get this turned back the way it should be, and it's not the easiest thing to turn. The good thing is, you know, the mica wasn't going anywhere. The foil was pretty stuck to the mold, but it's just not the easiest thing to turn back in the right side, you know. To the right side out. That's what I was thinking. Inside out and then right side out. All right. So you see over here to the left, you can see my resin mixer is mixing up that resin. And I'm going to go ahead and let that mix probably another time. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward. And you can see how that resin is yellowed from the hardener being opened and on the shelf, but it's not going to have any effect because we're going to add a color to it. And I did run it through the mixer, but this resin is thicker. And I did run it through the mixer 4 times, but I still felt like I needed to stir it, so that's why I stirred it so much. Now we're going to get my red out. So I'm showing you my old one and then my new. And I believe you pronounce that alumnite, and it's transparent red, but when you see me use this, as many of you have seen me use it in the past and some of you use it, then you'll see that it is like vampire blood. That's wow, right? That is wow. And you can see as I'm stirring it that the pearlescent type mica that I put in there, and you'll get a closer look at that label here, I'm pretty sure, shortly. But it is amazing the way it works with that red. I am working on a leveling table with a heat mat, as you can see. I've recently kind of rearranged my working area, so I have those 2 regular size leveling table and heat mats side by side, and to my left over there where you can't see is another one, but it is wide enough for my 20-inch table top mold that I'm working on. And then to my right over there, there is a glass level table with the heating inside of it that's made into it, and then a 36-inch leveling table as well. Now this is just absolutely beautiful because that red is like blood red. You saw that. But when you mix it with this with this mica powder. It is so pretty. Like, I have the pearl essence that I get, but this is so much more wow compared to it. And the reason you see me, I keep stirring and checking, I keep seeing mica that it does not look like has gotten mixed in, so that's what I was doing. Now I'm going to slowly pour into the lid. I want to make sure I get it into the stem of that apple slowly without any air pockets. So that's what you're seeing me do. And then we're going to go ahead and get this poured. So I wanted you to see this color as it was coming out, so that's the reason I went ahead and zoomed in. And I needed to mix up another batch, so I did it exactly as I did the previous batch. Alright, I wasn't thinking when I pulled that up to the camera for you to see it like I did the previous one. With it being zoomed in like that, it never came in clear, so I am putting that in up there. Alright, here we are. I placed these items in my pressure pot, and I just let it sit in the pressure pot all night long, so it had a good, oh, I don't know, 10 hours in the pressure pot, so it definitely was cured. And we have no bubbles, which, you know, with the resin and the hardener being thicker, and it's not really recommended for this resin to be used over about 1/4 or 1/8 of an inch thick, is what I read on the bottle. Like I said, it's not my regular magic resin that I use, so that's why it had been sitting on the shelf and it had yellowed. It worked perfect, absolutely perfect in the pressure pot. I can't tell you what it would have been like not in a pressure pot, but I can tell you what it was like in the pressure pot. So we're just speeding this up a little bit here because this mold is, you see how I just kind of like go, I'm going to throw this. And the older I get, I have arthritis in my hands, and I don't have the strength I used to when I was younger. But hey, I don't give up, right? There we go. But you see how pretty this is? Like, it is absolutely beautiful the way this turned out. And can you see like the mica that I put around the foil, which kind of gave it that wispy, you know, darker colors around that? It just kind of added to this